Hi guys, it's Dr. George, and I'm here for Tucked In Tuesdays. And guess what? I have a book. And the book is, of course, I have a book, I always have a book, but this book is super special because this person lives where I live in Beaumont, Texas. So we have a local author, Kenzo Lorenzo. Now, I don't know if that's her real name or not because I met her at 409 Day, but she was not working that day, so I didn't get to talk to her much. But I have her family here, so I'll bring them on screen now. Hello.
Hi.
How are you all doing?
Good.
Great. So this book, we met 409 Day, right? I remember that. Tell me, what inspired you to write the book?
So I wrote Kenzo Lorenzo and with the inspiration of my daughter, Kinsley. That's her real name. I was taking a children's book class at the time at Lamar, and I was trying to find a way to connect mental health in a way that kids would actually listen and be interested in it. And I had the idea to create the character to look like her, and it just kind of went from there.
So this book, I told you I don't read the books in advance. So this, do you have another device
Do
on?
I? No.
Okay, I heard an echo,
No,
but it's
no.
gone now.
Probably my little shadow here.
Oh, so this book, because I don't read them in advance, deals with mental health for kids.
Well, it's for anyone. The main character is a kid, but it's for anybody.
For anybody. Kinsley, what's your favorite color?
Rainbow.
Rainbow. Could you pick one color out of the rainbow? What color?
Gold.
Okay, watch the screen, okay? Something's about to happen.
Oh.
That's just for you. We
You
do
like
that
that?
color just for you. Is that a good gold?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So we're going to get started in the book. So the book was written by Pennie Mitchell, which is mom, illustrated by Taylor Giddings. So who's Taylor?
So Taylor is a young lady that I actually met on Facebook in one of the crafting groups. She was trying to do a little bit more. She's never done a children's book. I'd never written one. So we linked up and did it together. She did such an amazing, the pictures are beautiful. She did really good.
Love it. So we're going to get into this book, okay? All right, my first time. Now the pages are going to be, and I always like when somebody autographs it. My lighting is horrible in here, but I got an autograph. So I'll ask you at the end how they can buy the book, and you'll share all of that. So this book is for Kinsley, the inspiration behind it all. Remember to always face your clouds. Love, Mommy. So here we go. Kenzo stared in the mirror in disbelief. How could the cloud still be there? It had been lingering for weeks, and people were starting to notice. She had to get rid of this cloud. She tried stuffing the cloud into her backpack, under her bed, anywhere. But the cloud was still there. Maybe if she could make everyone laugh, no one would notice her cloud. Kenzo became the class clown. She made silly knock-knock jokes. She twisted her face into the oddest shapes and even glued the teacher's apple to his desk. Oh my goodness, Kinsley. Let's see. Her classmates were laughing harder than last week's pop quiz, but the cloud was still there, and she got detention. Maybe she could disguise herself. If no one noticed her, then maybe they would not notice the cloud. The next day, she wore oversized clothes that swallowed her like Jonah in the whale. Nobody recognized her, but the cloud was still there. Kenzo was tired, frustrated, exhausted. Trying to hide her cloud was so exhausting, so she decided to sleep it off. Kenzo woke up tired and groggy. She crept to the mirror to see if her cloud was still there. Yep, you guessed it. The cloud was hovering over her like mommy and daddy on her first day out of the hospital. I love these analogies, Mom. Kenzo gave, she could never get rid of the cloud. Kenzo heard a knock on the door. Would you like to talk about your cloud? Mommy asked. How could Mommy see the cloud? I can't get rid of it, Kenzo said as tears filled her eyes. When did you first notice the cloud? Mommy asked. Kenzo recalled the moment Jackson made fun of her hair and called her ugly. First, you must face the cloud. Mommy grabbed Kenzo's hand and took her back to the mirror. As you look at your reflection, I want you to remember who you are. Never allow anyone to change how you feel about yourself. Mommy continued. You have cute round cheeks from Grandpappy's pinches. You have cotton candy hair, just like Grammy. That is the sweetest thing I've heard it called. Cotton candy hair. Your smile is as big and bright as Daddy, and you have Mommy's eyes. You are us, Kenzo, and we are you. Kenzo's smile lit up. But what about Jackson? She asked. Show him a little kindness, Mommy exclaimed. He may just be trying to hide his own cloud. Kenzo had never thought of it that way. Kenzo woke up early the next morning. She could not wait for school. She had decided she did not care what Jackson thought of her. She was going to have a good day anyway. I love that the cloud is smiling now. When Jackson approached Kenzo, she was ready for him. Ew, look at Kenzo's hair, Jackson squeaked. Kenzo smiles. It looks just like my Grammy's, she boasted. Jackson was puzzled by her response. Well, what about your squinty eyes? Jackson said with a smirk. Oh, those are from my mama, she said with as much pride as a mama bird watching her baby leave the nest for the first time. Jackson sat there, mouth open and eyes wide as Kenzo walked away. And look at his face. Kenzo rushed to the bathroom to take in the moment. She was so excited. She looked in the mirror and could not believe it. The dark cloud was gone. Kenzo had defeated the black cloud, and now she has a rainbow. As she entered the lunchroom, she noticed Jackson right away. He was sitting alone and wearing a sad face. Kenzo sat next to him. Would you like to share my lunch? She asked. Jackson was a little hesitant. Kenzo broke her peanut butter sandwich in two and slid him half along with a handful of grapes. The two ate in silence, exchanging only a glance or two. Jackson thanked her and walked away. And that is when she noticed it. Jackson's cloud. The end. Ma'am, let me tell you, you have a masterpiece here.
Thank you.
I've read hundreds of books. This is the best book.
Thank you.
I've read about children's feelings and why it happens. Great job, Miss Pennie.
Thank you. Thank you. I wrote it like so many times, so thank you.
I read it so many times.
I rewrote it. I mean, I wrote it again. She said she read it so many times.
I bet. So I have questions. So here's the questions. What inspired you well, Kenzo, I'll say this because you told me what inspired you. Kenzo, could you tell me how it feels to be in a book?
Good.
It feels good. So did anything in that book happen to you? Some of this stuff, did it ever happen to you? Have you ever had a dark cloud? Wow.
Did you feel sad when you had that bully?
Well, I'm never going to see a bully again.
You might.
Well, that's how they make you feel. What about you, Mila? How do you feel about the book?
I like it.
You like it. So here's the part that I absolutely love. What is your biggest takeaway from the book? And I like to go first because mine is always so different from the author's intent. So my biggest takeaway from this book, I will show you my favorite page. When I looked at this page, I was like,
I'm going to see if we have the same favorite page. Let me get mine. See if we have the same page.
Well, I actually have two. My first one is this one. This page right here.
Okay.
Pages. And the
That's
reason
my
why
favorite.
that's your favorite. And I'll tell you why it's my favorite. Because it's at this point her confidence showed. And she was going in, even though she had a cloud, she knew the only way she could get rid of that cloud is to stand up to that bully. And a lot of kids don't get this opportunity. This was the point in my book where I said, oh yeah, this is the part that's always missing from children's books. The part of going through and seeing it, and it doesn't feel good.
Right.
Feel good, but you have to do it. What is so from each one of y'all? I'd like to hear your favorite part, your biggest takeaway.
What's your biggest part? Your favorite part? When she got detention?
Oh, why is that part good? She might have good reasoning.
Because the teacher looks funny.
The teacher was funny. Well, that's a good reason. What about you, Mila?
This one,
That one. So tell me why that one.
because she talked to her mom about what's been going on at school.
Yes, very good. Sometimes we don't tell our parents. So good. What about you, Miss Pennie?
Mine is the same point as hers, but when her mom told her, she's like, "Wait, how did Mama know? Because mamas know everything."
Mamas know everything. I'm not a mom, but I had one, and she knew everything.
Everything.
Now, I'm going to do the biggest takeaway. My takeaway that I got from this book. My biggest takeaway from this book is a bully will be a bully until they're told they're a bully.
Yes.
A bully is a bully until they're told. When she stood up to him, immediately she saw, when she was nice to him, she immediately saw why he was so mean to him.
Yes.
So what are I'll go across, whoever wants to speak first, your biggest lesson from the book. Go ahead, Kenzo.
That was somebody who's mean to your cover teacher.
If somebody is mean to the teacher. And you know what? A lot of kids don't do that. But you're absolutely right. All right. Next one.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Maya.
When something's wrong and stuff, it's good to get it off your chest because then you have a boost of confidence and stuff.
I love those words. I like that. What about you, Miss Pennie?
When I wrote the book, my biggest thing was creating the moment for the caregiver to heal the child. But I think as we've talked at many different places, I think it kind of goes both ways. A lot of adults see themselves in it. So I just like the way I open up a two-way conversation. I think that's my biggest takeaway from it is the conversation that goes both ways.
And there was a conversation definitely from this book. So here's my question. Where can they buy this book?
We are on Amazon, also on my website, penniemitchell.com.
Okay, I'm going to put that in the chat. Pennie Mitchell, all lowercase.
All lowercase, penniemitchell.com. And we're also on Amazon.
And they're on Amazon. So another thing I have to ask, I always ask this one. This book ends like there's a part 2.
There definitely is a part 2. There will be a part 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have a lot to tackle when it comes to mental health. So there's going to be lots of parts.
So have you started working on?
I have. Part 2 is about Jackson's cloud. We're going to kind of figure out why Jackson is the way he is.
Oh.
People don't usually bully for no reason. There's usually something in there, that's causing it. So we're going to just dive into that a little bit.
Love that. Well, I will tell you all this. This book is great, Mom.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's great. I want to introduce you to a lady, Miss Dora Nesby. She used to be a librarian years ago, and now she's on the library commission. I'm a part of it too. But Kenzo definitely needs to have a meeting with her. Kenzo, have you met the mayor yet?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Miss Pennie, I'm going to set up a meeting with the mayor I think she needs to meet.
We would love that so much.
Yeah, I think y'all need to meet the mayor. I'll give him a call because this book is great. And I think this book, getting it into the right hands of the people, you can save a lot of young children. And
I've
I'll
had a
tell
lot
you,
of feedback that says that, and it makes my heart so full. Thank you for saying that.
and I'll tell you a story I shared on my Facebook page. A little 10-year-old was bullied, and he is not here anymore because of bullies. 10 years old.
I saw that.
And words hurt. And I know they say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Yes, they do.
They do. I don't like that saying because they do hurt
They
a
hurt
lot.
worse than sticks and stones. And I always would tell my mom when I was little, I'd rather be hit than talk too ugly, because the scars and the welts will go away on my body. But I prefer a whipping, because up here it stays.
It's hard. It's hard to, yes. And then in a kid's mind, they don't think like we do.
But yeah, this is a great book.
Thank you.
So, I hope you write another book and then get in contact with me so we can do the debut of book 2. Kenzo, I'm going to get you to meet some amazing people. What school do you go to, Kenzo? Blanchette. So Miss, don't tell me her last name. April, always Johnston. Miss Johnston is your principal, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I know your principal. Does she know you wrote a book?
I think she knows.
She knows.
She knows.
She needs to know. So, guys, thank you so much. I always leave everybody on Tucked In Tuesdays with some words of encouragement. Do y'all have any that y'all would like to say first?
My favorite quote: "History will judge us by the difference we make in the everyday lives of children." I like to keep that in mind because it says in the everyday life. So what we do, that'll change their tomorrow. And if we keep that in mind, we can make tomorrow better for them.
I love that. What about you, Kenzo?
You don't have to say a quote. You can say anything. What would you like to say about Kenzo Lorenzo, or to someone that might have a dark cloud? What would you like to say?
That my teacher doesn't look like this on the book.
Oh my God. Okay.
Fix that, Mom. Fix that in the next book.
Okay. The teacher only got her. This teacher got her. I'm gonna have to work on the teacher. We're gonna get you. You're gonna go to first grade. You're going to first grade. You're gonna have a new teacher in the book.
Oh goodness. I'm looking at the teacher. The teacher does not look like this. All right, Mila, what about you?
Spread kindness with others.
I like that, Maria.
Yeah, I love it. Abraham, you made Abraham laugh at that comment.
Laughing. Oh, I have something else to say. My godson Kaden wanted to be here to tell you guys about how much he loves Kenzo Lorenzo, and I promised him that I would tell him.
Yes.
And I promised that I would tell him that we wish he could be here with us to tell y'all how much he loves Kenzo Lorenzo.
Oh, is he there with you?
That was his mom in the bottom.
Oh, that was his mom. What's his name?
Kaden.
Hi, Kaden. Thank you for joining in Tucked In Tuesdays. I hope you hear it. So, I always leave people with this, and I saw it in your book where it says, have a good day. I always say, have a great day on purpose. You know what that means, Kenzo and Mila? That means that in the morning when Mom's yelling and say, get up, get up, get up, and you say, well, she's always fussing, then you have a choice to go in there and be mean to Mila, and then Mila will go be mean to somebody else, and that messes up everybody's day. But if you have a great day on purpose, what you'll do, Kenzo, is when Mom wakes you up, you'll say, Mom, I don't like when you scream when you wake me up. It scares me. Then Mom will say, I wasn't aware that I was screaming. I'm so sorry. That's how you have a great day on purpose. But if you hold it in and just keep passing it on to the next person, it messes up everything. So Walden said, I am loving this so much. Miss Walden Mitchell Lewis. So, do you know them?
That's her grandma.
That's your grandma. Oh, that's so sweet. So I always say have a good day on purpose, but I'm going to say rest well on purpose. And if nobody else tells you, Dr. George loves you. Thank y'all so much for joining in. It was a pleasure meeting you all. And if you hold on a little bit, I'll end this live, but I want to talk to y'all in just a second. Thank you guys. You want to wave bye-bye, Kenzo? And Mila, thank y'all.
Bye, y'all.